friends, my name is Emily and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm announcing Lumos, a Harry Potter reread project for 2020. I am a huge fan of the series. I did part of my master's thesis on Harry Potter, and so I want to take all of this knowledge, flex my academic muscles, and teach a course alongside rereading. So the way that I've designed Lumos is that you can participate as much or as little as you want in the reread and analysis portion. So for each of the 7 Harry Potter books, I will be doing a reading vlog. I will be talking about them in my monthly wrap-up videos. So if you're looking to reread and just share a little bit of your thoughts, you can engage there. However, if you would like to think a little bit more deeply about Harry Potter, there are a bunch of scheduled episodes, scheduled topics that have readings attached to them. Again, you can engage as much or as little as you want. I will be teaching these videos as if nobody has done the readings, but if you want to do the readings, I will have the readings available for my patrons. So what are the topics? These are the topics that I definitely will be touching on. I'm not going to pigeonhole myself. If something comes up, like as we are reading, as we are chatting about these books, and I think it deserves an episode, I will happily pop in more episodes. These right now are the episodes that I have, and a finalized reading list with dates will again be published in a PDF to my patrons. So if you want that reading list, you'll have to check out the Patreon page. You can follow Patreon pages even if you're not a patron, and anything that is publicly available will be there. And I'm just going to use Patreon as a place to collect all this Lumos stuff. Alongside Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, I want to do a little kids lit context. The context in which Harry Potter came out, that literary history, what is children's lit, give us a nice foundation for looking at the Harry Potter series in a slightly more critical way. Part 2, we're gonna talk a little bit about detective fiction and the actively detecting reader, or the reader as detective. I will also be looking at the film, and so I want to talk a little bit about the films in a shortened way for the public platform, for YouTube, and in a more long format way for my patrons. Specifically, the guinea pig tier of patrons will get the first crack at this long form content. So they are a tier of patrons that are going to be bearing witness to my attempts at producing new content, pushing my boundaries. Longer form things on the films will first go to those guinea pigs. For Chamber of Secrets, we're going to be talking about the Gothic. I also want to look at what is tentatively at this moment titled Ethnic Cleansing, because there is a chamber for ethnic cleansing in the basement of Hogwarts. What do we do with that? And then once again, I'm going to engage with the film. For Prisoner of Azkaban, I want to talk about queer coding. I am also hoping to get some of my friends and fellow academics involved in this process, and that is one of the episodes that I believe I have a special guest for. Also for Prisoner of Azkaban, we're going to look at the film. For Goblet of Fire, I want to look at Nazis and teaching kids about the ugliness of humans. Then I also want to talk about political activism and how to do it better, and I want to pull from Girls Resist, A Guide to Activism, Leadership, and Starting a Revolution by Kaylin Rich, and think about what Hermione is doing with Spew versus what is being recommended as good allyship, good activism, good ways to be a leader and to make social change. In the third segment for Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, after we've talked about Nazis and political activism and oppression, we're going to talk about wands as dicks and masculinity, because we need to giggle. And then I'm also going to look at the film. For Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix, I want to look at names in children's literature. What's in a name? Then I want to talk about post-traumatic stress disorder, grief, trauma in the Harry Potter world, and wizard healthcare and how that aligns with healthcare in general. And again, I have a friend who is an occupational therapist who is very interested in chatting with us about PTSD and mental health in Harry Potter. Then I want to look at the film. For Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, I want to talk about books and critical thinking. It's unfortunate that it has to come this late in the series, because I feel like this is what we're doing with this whole series, is thinking about the power of words and how to be a critical reader. I want to talk a little bit about the book that belongs to the Half-Blood Prince, challenging what we read, asking questions about what we read, and what Harry Potter has to say about that. And then we're going to talk about the film. And then for Deathly Hallows, I want to talk about fairy tales. I want to talk about allegory and Christianity. And then in part 3 of this section, I want to talk about epilogues and paratext. And then obviously the films part 1 and part 2, provided that I don't add any other episodes based on folks' interest in chatting with me. That puts us at the beginning of August. So this is a 7-month reading project. There are a couple of things that are not in that syllabus, and those are the live shows. I would like to host live shows for my patrons to check in, chat about what we're doing. The engagement in the live shows will be a lot more casual, a lot less teaching, a lot more just fun and chatting and being fans. The live shows will be a patron exclusive. I do have a little chart, a breakdown of which parts of the series are public and which parts are patron exclusive. For the most part, you can engage with this series at a fairly deep level and think critically about the Harry Potter series, engage with it in new ways, have some things illuminated, hence Lumos, while not paying to be a patron, not paying for anything. But there has been a ton of work that has gone into this project, researching, pulling together articles, thinking very carefully about how I wanted to group this together. If you want to tip me for that work, I would be very much appreciative of that, and Patreon is a great way to do that. That's why there are perks for folks who are supporting work like this project. Let me know in the comments down below, are you interested in joining us? This is an ambitious project. It is something that I'm very, very excited about, and I would love for it to reach as many possible humans who are interested in it as possible. So if you feel inclined to share it, if you know a human who you think would be interested in joining us for this project, do share it. Follow me on Patreon. I will be posting to the public the reading list and the chart that shows you what is public and what is patron exclusive, so that you can decide if you want to support the series, if you want access to some of the articles and extra materials. I'm just so excited about this. I am so incredibly excited about this. Links to everything that you will need are in the description box down below. Before we go, we have to thank my wonderful patrons who have inspired me to put together this project. Their support over the past year has meant so much to me. I have really enjoyed creating with them in mind, getting their feedback on things. If you're jazzed about this series, thank a patron, and I hope that some of you choose to follow along with this project. If not, that's cool. Obviously, regular content will stay. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Bye.